In today's video, I'll share with you exactly how you can start selling on Amazon in 2020, step by step by step. So be sure that you stay tuned. If this is your first time to this channel, please consider subscribing. Also hit the bell, as every single Thursday I'll be dropping brand new videos about selling on Amazon, tips and tricks at exactly 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, my promise to you is that at the end of this video, you will have a step-by-step guide on how to go out there and crush it on Amazon. And not just that, but I'm also going to give you a downloadable resource that you can save to your desktop or simply print and have next to your computer, that every time you go through this, you have it there for you to check off of. So be sure that you stay until the end of this video. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why should I even listen to this guy with a crazy mustache? Well, look, don't take it from me. Take it from, Zach Brown right here, who made $36,000 in his first 6 months selling on Amazon, or Arafat, who made, $1,000 on his very first day selling on Amazon, or even like Ali right here, who made, who's now averaging between $4,500 to $5,500 per week selling on Amazon. And look, it's not just them. I mean, here's this guy, here's this gal, here's this guy, here's this guy, and all these people right here. So, be sure that you do stay until the end, as there's gonna be some real great value in this video. Now, what I'm actually gonna do is jump inside of my computer and really show you everything in real time, how it's really done. So grab your popcorn, grab your soda, grab your notebook and pen, and let's dive right in. What's going on, guys? So now, as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna dive inside of my computer, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys and showing you guys exactly step by step on how to, number one, locate a product, number two, analyze the product, number three, find a supplier, number four, ship the product to Amazon, number five, create a listing, number six, launch the product, number seven, scale the product, and so on and so forth. Now, also in the description below, I have created a guide for you guys, where I'm going to be giving you guys, it's a step-by-step. I call it the BJK Conquer Plan. So it's one of the links below. And it literally it's a 20 or 19 step-by-step, plan on how to launch your first successful product. It's like a check mark. It's like a checklist. You can have it next to your computer, or saved in your desktop. All you have to do is click on File right here, make a copy, and then save it into your desktop or print it or whatever. You can just simply go over a copy and paste it, right? And you're gonna find that in the description below. So let's go into the actual product. Oh, another thing is I'm actually gonna show you guys one of the products that I have launched recently. I'm gonna go inside of one of my accounts and show you guys how we're doing it and what did we do and all of that stuff, right? So one thing that I like to use the example milestone blanket, simply because this actually used to be a great product until some big marketer or someone, I'm not sure who, recently put it in his must-watch list or something like that, and it just got very competitive. I actually had a few students who actually launched this product a couple months ago, and they did very well in the beginning, and then the market just got very, very, very saturated. So even like as of right now, if you look at the numbers still look pretty okay, right? But they're definitely getting saturated. The other problem with this product is that it's just not simple to differentiate yourself. So let's go inside and talk about exactly what I'm talking about, right? So the first things, you need some tools. Regardless what those tools are, there is Helium 10, there is Jungle Scouts. Those are the top two tools in the market. Jungle Scouts remains in my top list. In the description also, there is my affiliate link, which, yes, I will make some commission, but you also get a discount. If you just go directly to Helium 10 or Jungle Scouts, they will charge you more. Helium 10, actually, there are coupon codes in the description. Jungle Scouts, there are actually, what's Helium 10? I'm just kind of writing in my notes here. Jungle Scouts, if you just click on my link, they'll automatically apply the discount to the price, right? So Jungle Scouts, that's what I'm going to show you guys in this video and how I'm going to use it. So first things first, you're going to need both tools. You're going to need the Keyword Scout, or a keyword tool, and also you're going to need the Chrome extension. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you. Just don't panic. Just stick around. Okay. So first things first, let's go and find an actual product. How do we go about finding products? So now it's great. We already have a milestone blanket, but how did we come across finding a milestone blanket? I'm also going to share with you guys my product research criteria. I have a ton and a ton and ton of resources for you guys in this video. I'm just going to blast you with a bunch of value here. So product database has got to be probably the best methods of locating products, right? Different people do it differently. You might be interested in some categories. You might be interested in high ticket, low ticket, whatever you are interested in. The concept is all about the same. I would probably start with very broad and then narrow down. You don't want to start very narrow, just simply because it will get complicated very quickly. Now, in a future video, I am going to be showing you guys how you can hire people to doing product research for you guys. The last 6 months, I have not done product research myself. I hire people to do a product research, but they do it exactly this way. However, for the 3 years prior to that, I did product research exactly this way. Now I do it simply because I can afford it, and it's really not very expensive. Number two, I don't have time to spend on product research, okay? But if you're like, I want to do product research, I don't want to hire everyone, that's what I'm going to show you in this video. This is how you go about it. So these are some of the categories that I personally like to sell in, that I've sold in, that I like to sell in, that I like to look under. These are what they are, okay? Baby, very good. Beauty and personal care, I just started. Actually, my new brand is all about beauty and personal care, and I'll show you what that brand is here in it's just a second. Health and household, home and kitchen, industrial and scientific, kitchen and dining, office products, pet supplies, sports and outdoor tools, no, toys and games, and that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 categories. Those are my top 10 categories. Take a screenshot of this, write it down, pause the video, whatever you got to do. These are my top 10 categories. Now, when it comes to these, the broader you keep this, the better, at least in the beginning, and then you can filter down as you go. When it comes to product tier, you typically want to just go for standard. You can use it, but you can. If you don't want to, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's really changed anything. Seller type, I wouldn't touch it. When it comes to price, now that I've been selling for so long, I will not touch a product that sells for less than $30, $40, $50, just simply because my margins are higher. However, if you're just starting out, like when I teach my beginner students, we go for products that sell between $15 to $35. Why? Because the startup cost is lower, right? Let's say if you find a product that sells for 20 bucks, that you can sell for 20 bucks. My thing is, you need to find that at the manufacturer, the price landed has got to be 25% or less. So let's say you find a product that you can sell for $20, it should cost you 25%. You should not be ordering more than, very important, listen, you should not be ordering more than 200 units your first batch. Some of you that are in this game will be like, you're crazy, that's not possible. All of my suppliers want me to order at least 500, 1,000 units. Yes, because you're a rookie, you don't know what you're doing. I have been selling for 4 years. Until today, I will not order a product unless more than 200 units. I think maybe 5 or 10% of the products that I've ever sold, I've ordered 300 units. Aside from that, I will not order more than 200. All of my students only order 200. And I'll share with you my supplier's script here in a moment, how you can actually contact the suppliers and show them that you mean game, okay? So with that being said, let's say you're a complete beginner and now you're like, I'm going to go for products that sell for whatever, 15 to 35. Now there's another cool thing, which is changing this number. So let's say instead of going 1535, you could do 1476 to 30 whatever, 397, right? You're like, what are you talking about? Okay. Well, what this does is that this actually will kind of like, I don't know, it'll like throw the system off a little bit, and then it'll pull different information that you are used to seeing, right? So whether you do it this way or you do it the other way, it doesn't matter. Minimum net, I wouldn't touch this. Rank, you don't care about this. Minimum sales. So once again, depending on your selling price, So it really all depends on your profit margins, how much you're trying to profit. A product that that sells for 20 bucks, you're probably going to profit about $5 to $7, right? Now, yes, there is the weirdos that can probably profit like $10 in a $20 sell. Right now we launched the product a month ago. We launched the line in the beauty. We sell it for $50. Our profit margins are 26 bucks. I sell 4 of those per day. That's $100. That's $3,000 a month, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for products that will make me a minimum profit of $3,000 a month. If you've been following me for some time, you have probably heard me many times saying that we look for products that make us minimum profit of $3,000 to $5,000 a month, right? So that's what I'm shooting for. Simply because many of those wanting to start this journey have jobs, and then these jobs simply they make about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, and ideally you want to launch one, maybe 2 products that can replace your job, right? So let's say minimum sales. 250, right? Okay, max, you don't want to put it max. Minimum revenue, some people like to put a revenue, I don't. Minimum reviews. Now, the reviews, you don't put a minimum, but I like to put a maximum of 100. So I'm going to show you my product research criteria here in a second. It's going to say less than 100. However, so you can go a little broader, you can do 120, right? And then you can just kind of go about it. And really, that's about it. You can do the weight. You can, sure, you can do the weight. So let's say 4 pounds, okay? Typically want to stay below 3 pounds, but let's say 4 pounds. Max sellers, all this other stuff, you don't care for. Include keywords. I would leave this, blank. However, that's really it. And then you just click search. And then you go about finding the products. You go about going down and then just kind of seeing what products are out there and what products you are getting, right? Now, one thing you do need to know is that you can ascend and descend it however you want. So you can go from price, higher to lower. Monthly sales, the same thing. Monthly revenue, reviews, the same thing. So let's say you're like, okay, I want to look at products that are at least competitive, okay? So you can go about it that way. However you want to go about it, you can go about it. And then the secret is to simply keep going down and then just simply kind of as you can see here, so if you actually click on the ASIN, it'll show you a bunch more information here. Okay. So right now, as I said earlier, is you have all these different products. So now let's say you're scrolling down and you found one product that looks interesting. So what is it? Fan pan ice tray. Okay, so this looks interesting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Amazon, right? So the next step after we find this product is analyzing it, right? You found a product that looks like it could be a possibility, and then you're like, okay, well, but what is a possibility? How do I even know what a possibility is? Okay, well, this is my personal product research criteria. Once again, go to Files, make a copy, save it on your computer, okay? Because you can't access this. So what is a possibility? What makes a product a possibility? Okay, so here's what I do. Run Chrome extension, analyze top 10 listings, not including sponsored, ensure 7 of the top 10 fit the minimum 10 items on this criteria, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here shortly. But we want to make sure that 7 of the top 10 have less than 100 reviews. Make sure that 7 of the top 10 at least have 300 sales. 7 of the top 10 sell for $18 to $35. 7 of the top 10 at least weigh 3 pounds or less. We don't sell seasonal products. Competitors' listings. We look at their reviews, their pictures, titles, description. The goal here is because you gotta ask yourself, why is a consumer going to buy my product and not my competitor's product, right? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to find that hole inside of the market and then differentiate yourself by rating their bad reviews, looking at their pictures, looking at the description. What is it that they're missing? Maybe it's a different variation. Maybe it's a new color. Maybe it's a new size no one else has. I personally love bundles, and I'll show you that here in just a moment, how I like to use bundles. I'm going to show you how I took 2 very competitive products, put them together, created a crazy bundle that no one else is offering, and my product became profitable. First month, we actually made, I think it was $1,100 or $1,200 profit. First month, very first 30 days of launching that product. And I'll show you that here momentarily. Price action stable, meaning, you don't have one product, let's say top 10, You don't have one product sells for $6, then $30, then $40, then $12. You want it all to be within a reasonable price range. Not breakable. You got to understand you're shipping the product from China to the U.S., from the U.S. to your customer, or if you are selling in other marketplaces, this also works for you. Dimensions should fit in a shoe box. Cost of product 25 to 35% of the sell price landed. I like to stay at 25%. Okay. So once again, if you sell a product for $20, or if you feel like you can sell it for $20, it needs to cost you. So the manufacturing cost plus the shipping cost needs to be 25% or below. FBA calculator, I'll show you that in a second here. Brand name dominated. One listing, one brand doesn't have more than 3 different listings within that same keyword. And then Amazon seller, same thing. And then is it a sub niche? Yes. And I'll show you here what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go back to our example, milestone blanket. The other thing that comes right after, let's say, it looks like it would fit, right? What you need to do is you need to find a keyword that can find that product on Amazon that has between 5,000 to 20,000 monthly searches. Super important. And then you might wonder, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, I got you. So milestone blanket, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go, and that's why I said you need a keyword tool and you need the database. So you're going to go to keywords. That's Jungle Scouts. Once again, Helium 10 has a very similar tool, and both links to both tools is in the description. Keyword Scout, and then you're going to go here and then paste it, right? Okay, cool. Well, now what's going to happen is, here's what's going to happen. Do you see how it says 5,500 monthly searches? Okay, cool, that's great. Well, what's happening here is that someone coming to Amazon, they're going to type a keyword, whatever that keyword is, they're going to type it, right? They're going to type a keyword, regardless, okay? You need to make sure that each keyword a customer is going to type has between 5,000 to 20,000 monthly searches. I would probably go for baby milestone blanket. Now you may ask, okay, so the more the merrier. Why stop at 20,000? Well, what happens is when products exceed 20,000 monthly searches, when they have more than 20,000 monthly searches, what happens is they just get very competitive. Now you might see, why is it that everything is falling? Well, because January 13th, and literally Christmas was only 2 weeks ago, so everything inflates in Christmas. So really, baby milestone blanket is probably a better keyword because it has double, almost triple the monthly volume, right? Now, if it was more like 23, 24,000, I would have stuck to milestone blanket, but simply because it's got 13,000 and I need to be within 5,000 and 20,000, I'll go for the higher volume one. Very important that you find a keyword that has monthly searches of 5,000 to 20,000. Do you see how many times I'm repeating this? Because it's very, very, very important. Not just finding a product that fits the criteria, but finding a keyword. A lot of times I find products that fit the criteria just fine, but then the keywords just, either the volume is in there or the volume is too much, right? So now what we need to do is we need to analyze this using the Chrome extension. This is the Chrome extension, right, where you download it from Jungle Scouts. And Jungle Scouts has a deal, I think it's $69 per month for both tools. Now, if you go through my link, if you do the 3-month, they give you like a 25% off or something like that. And the link is below. Helium 10 has 50% off first month or 10% off continuously if you go through my link. And that is also in the description below. So now what we want to do is, number one, less than 100 reviews, right? Okay, so you got to remove sponsored. Now, some of you may ask, why are we removing sponsored? Well, you see, the reason why someone is showing up under sponsored, meaning they're paying to be there. And then I might be paying more than someone else today, and then I'll show up there. And then tomorrow someone else might be paying more than me, and then they'll show up there. Also, these campaigns run out. So let's say I spend $20, $30 per day on a campaign. What if, let's say I get 10 clicks for those $20 because each click is $2, okay? Well, after I run out of money, I'm not going to show up here anymore. So the searches are going to be skewed. However, the organic listings, those are always going to be the same, right? So what we want to do is at least 7 of the top 10 have less than 100 reviews. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5. So 5 out of top 10 have less than 100 reviews. Okay, so that's why I was saying it's a little bit on the competitive side. Okay, number of sales 300 or above. Okay, so 7 of the top 10. No, no, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So 6 out of 7, which is not bad, have 6 out of 7 have what do you call it? 6 out of 7 have more than 300 sales. Awesome. Okay, the other thing is 18 to 35. Okay, so 7 out of the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so all of them have a 18 to $35 price. Although I would probably nowadays I'd like to be kind of almost double this price, but this is a good product, right? The thing is, you don't want to go lower than 18, 15, $18 simply because the profit margins are very slim, and sometimes it's just like not even worth it. You know what I mean? So that's why for me now, I'm like, you know what? I want to make $15, $20 a pop because it's just not worth it for me to chase after $10 anymore. Because I've been doing this long enough, I know that there are products out there. Another thing you got to understand, the higher you go, the more expensive the launch is going to be. So a product like this, you should be able to buy it for $5 or so, $5, $6. Well, if you order, even if it's $6, let's do the math. Let's do simple math. Grab my phone. So if you do 200 times 6, that's $1,200, right? Well, my product cost me $12.80 times 200. That's $2,560. So do you see the difference? It's double, right? So that's why I'm saying in the beginning, you maybe can get away, you can get away with these kind of products. And then maybe after you've launched a couple products, you have a couple products under your belt, you always want to keep your investment low, your risk low. You want to start small and then just stack up as you go. So let's say we figured that this is a good product. So the keyword is there. The numbers are there, right? Although it's a little bit on the competitive side. And then you just go down the line. You go down the list. Is it less than 3 pounds? Yes, it is. Seasonality? It's not seasonal. Pictures and all this other stuff, right? So now what you need to do is you need to find a hole in the market. Because what? Because see, that's the thing when I was saying it's a little bit difficult to differentiate. As you scroll down, most of everyone looks the same. Yes, yeah, you got this design and that. But most of everyone is offering the same stuff. And that's the problem, right? So you have to think, how am I going to be different? Why is someone going to be scrolling through this and then it's all about pattern interrupt? Why is it that someone is going to stop at my listing and check out my listing and buy my listing rather than this guy or this guy or this gal or that? You know what I mean? So that's something that you have to think about, right? So that's why what I like to do is I like to go to the listings that have bad reviews. And then you can see bad reviews when they have so 4.5 is not bad. But they probably have a couple bad reviews, especially if they have 143. But as you can see, most of everyone has pretty good reviews, So Amazon's Choice Baby Blanket Monthly Milestone, cool. So now what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and then you want to go to, if my laptop actually scroll down, and then you want to go to the 1-star reviews, okay? So what did this person say? Please do not waste your money. Way better out there, okay? Not impressed. I bought this as a gift for a baby shower present. It's tomorrow, therefore I have no time to return and get another one. So I bought another item from the store. What? To compensate. I regret getting this milestone. What's wrong with it? Not worth $30 materials. Cheap. Several bald spots. What do you mean by bald spots? And the spacing of the balls, so it looks like if someone had fallen off. The black writing is not complete. It has white all through the lettering. So it's just the quality sounds bad. The material is cheap. It's probably thin, whatever, easy to rip. The printing is not good, whatever, right? Very frustrating. Okay, cool. So that's one thing, right? Well, she had other bad reviews, but that's one thing they got to look at. Okay. Another way to create differentiation is by bundling. I love bundling, and then just in a little bit, I'm gonna show you, as I said earlier, how I took two very competitive products, put them together, created a bundle, created a freaking crazy product that profited me $1,200 first 30 days. Okay, so now you look at this and you see where it says frequently bought together. Very, very, very awesome resource. Amazon right here tells you. So what is this product? Okay, so this is a baby monthly milestone wooden card. Okay, so it's a wooden card, right? Okay, cool. Now what's the other one? So a double-sided disc. What's the other one? Is it something like something to put on the baby or something? I don't know. Okay, so like for the picture, like do you see that band or whatever? I'm assuming, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't think these would actually come with it. But once again, this is, see, like this comes with a gift box and it comes with this ring. Okay, so I mean, you would think that they would come with a ring, but this is a way to differentiate yourself. Another way, which I personally really like, is simply asking your supplier, because a lot of these suppliers, I really like 99.9% of them, manufacture in niches. So with that being said, what you're doing here is you are having the supplier show you what's out there and how you can sell it, right? Okay, so you contact the supplier, you tell them, hey, I need you to show me what you got out there that I can sell with this product. And that is the awesome thing about it. Okay, so now we have figured out the product. Number one, we made sure that the monthly searches are there. We made sure that it fits the criteria, and then we made sure how we're going to differentiate ourselves. Now, the next thing is for you to go out there and find a supplier. Well, what I have done is below in the description, I have attached a link. Same thing, go to File, and then make a copy, okay? And this is my personal script that I use in my businesses and that I also teach my students to use. And it's simply presenting to your supplier as if you're not a beginner, although many of you watching here probably are, but they don't need to know that, right? And simply finding suppliers that will that you present to them that, hey, I'm not a beginner, I'm not someone that just started doing this. This is not my first rodeo. You better give me good pricing. So here's what this script says. Hey, my name is Bashar Katu. I'm a sales manager at BJK LLC. You always want to, it's all about perspective. You never want to show that you are just a one-man show, right? We are 7-figure Amazon sellers, and we're looking for a long-term cooperation. They use this word a lot. I don't know why, so I'd like to use it. With your company, we are inquiring about your product, the product name, with like quotation for the following: 200 units, 500, 1,000. And you see what I'm doing here? I'm only going to order 200 units, but many of them, the more you order, you get better pricing. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go back and then you're going to get them to give you this price for this many units, right? And that's why I'm doing this. The other thing is random address, because you don't exactly have the address that they need to ship to just yet. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. I'll show you how to create a shipping plan and all that stuff. Just stick around until the end. So what you need to do is you need to just give them any address. Doesn't matter where it is. If you are selling in the UK, any address in the UK. If you're going to sell in Canada, any address in Canada. Doesn't matter. In Germany, same thing. Does not matter what marketplace you're selling in. This works for all, right? Please, I would like to assure you that this is going to be a trial run, and our managers promise to order 1,000 to 5,000 units per month. Now, it would be nice to sell this many units, but you're probably not. But once again, they don't need to know that. Please get back to me as quickly as you can. We've contacted many other suppliers, and we'll be presenting all quotes for review. All quotes for review by my supervisors, Bashar. So simply, all you're doing is you're showing yourself that you are just a renter, right? You're just a middleman. You're no one. You know, this is a big old company. You guys need to give us good pricing, and that's how we are able to get good pricing, negotiate with our suppliers, and only order 200 units. And that's how we do it, simply. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Alibaba, right? And then you're going to search for baby milestone blanket, okay? As easy as that. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that the supplier has trade assurance. Very, very, very important. Trade assurance, because that's how you want to pay. Trade assurance, okay? And then simply what you're going to do is you're going to do this. And then I literally go down and I select about 10 to 15 suppliers minimum, okay? And you need to understand, China is about 12, 15 hours ahead of almost anywhere in the US. I would contact them when it is about 7 or 8 a.m. their time. Because if you are contacting them when it's morning your time, it's probably midnight their time. And what's going to happen is that all day they're going to have tens and tens and tens of messages in their inbox. And when they come in the morning the next day, they're going to see all these different messages, and they're going to be like, who the hell is this, right? And then they're going to start from the top all the way to the bottom, so your message is going to be all the way at the bottom. So what you want is you want your message to be all the way at the top. So simply what you do is you go here, and then you copy your thing, your script. You change the name, and then you change the address, whatever, any address, and all you gotta do is you copy it, bam, you go here and you paste, and that's that, and then you send it, right? And then you want to do 1,000 here, so that way when they get the inquiry, like, oh, 1,000, okay, let's click on it, let's see what's going on, right? So that is exactly how to, number one, locate a product. So what we've done so far is we have located the product. Number two, we have figured out how much monthly, volume it's going to get. Number three, we have figured out how to, find a hole in the marketplace and how to differentiate ourselves. And then number five, we have contacted suppliers. Now the next thing is simply going to Amazon and creating a listing to selling on Amazon. All right, so now we are inside of actually Amazon Seller Central, and now we're going to go ahead and create a listing. Now, before we do that, we need what is called a UPC code. That is a kind of a identifier that tells Amazon that this product, this code, relates or belongs to this product, right? It's like the barcode that goes on the product. So you need to actually obtain the UPC code before you create a listing. Now, there is a solution that Amazon provides, which is called GS1. You do have to pay about, I think it's $100 and something per year. What I've always utilized is this company called barcodesmania.com. And simply what they do is they provide you these codes. They're like $5, I think, a piece. I always buy the 5 for $10, or you could do the 10 for $15. Especially someone like me, we're launching 2-3 products per month. I'm going to buy them in bulk, right? If let's say you're like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know when I'm going to launch, I would definitely go at least for the 2, or I mean for the 5 for $10. And then you just buy it, check it out. I think they only accept PayPal. And then you get the UPC. Now, what you do after that is you're going to go to Amazon, which is right over here. And then you're going to go to, I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon, right? So you're going to be adding a brand new product. Now, this interface has kind of changed. Last time I checked this was probably about 2 weeks ago when we created our last listing. A little bit longer than that, maybe like a month. And it was the old style. Now it's different. So what you're going to do is you're going to, to select what category it is that you are trying to sell in, right? So let's say our product that we decided we want to sell is the milestone blanket. So that's going to be baby products, right? And you need to select a subcategory. So maybe it's not toys. Let me see here. Diapering, feeding, gifts, nursery. Maybe nursery, maybe gifts. Pregnancy, maternity. No, I would say gifts. Let's say gifts, right? Albums, no. Baskets, sets, keepsakes. Okay, well, maybe then it's... You go back. See, I've never used this interface. It's kind of weird. Okay. Baby products. Let's say baby. Okay, it's not okay. Apparel accessories for boys. I guess clothing. Whatever, right? It doesn't exactly matter. Let's say it's this, right? And then bam. So now it's going to give us access to the actual listing. Now what you need to do is you need to actually create the actual listing. So some of the most important things are, so product name, this is the actual title, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys a listing that I personally own and that, that I'm going to show you how it is, right? This is my brand. We just launched a brand new product. We're launching 2 brands in one of my newest accounts. One of them already has, so one product is live, the other one is being shipped. The second brand, we already have 1 product that's being shipped, and then we have 3 other products that we are sourcing out right now, and then they should be getting manufactured here in the next month or so. They should be getting shipped. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Amazon and type beard strainer. This is our main keyword. Beard strainer has a lot of search volume. So as I was telling you guys, is that we combine 2 different products that are very competitive but very in demand. As you see here, I always say that you need to stay within 5,000 to 20,000, but because this has very high demand, what we did is we're actually going for a beard strainer for men, but we actually rank for both of them. So if you do beard strainer for men or just beard strainer, we are actually ranking, I just checked this before this video, we're ranking on page 1, bottom of page 1, however, on page 1. So I'll show you guys, where is it? No, it's at the bottom. Oh, there it is. So this is our product, the Elegant Man. We just launched this product, I want to say December, beginning of December. So it's been about a month. It's been about 30 days exactly since we have launched this product. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually put a link to this listing inside of in the description as well. So that way you guys can have, as you can see, we've already accumulated an Amazon choice. I'm going to put a link to this listing so that way you guys can have it, so you can go for your reference and see how I do listings, right? Our main picture is not the best. I don't like it. I'm utilizing Amazon's, so Amazon now does photography, so we're utilizing Amazon's photography to see how they look because we've never used it. But these are some of our infographic pictures. This is something that I personally love about, listings, is creating those infographic pictures and really having those inside of our brands, right? But this is one of the listings. So I'll put a link in here. You guys can go check it out. And then this is how we do the description. I'll be explaining to you guys here shortly how we go about creating a description, because if you just go inside of here and then you just put, so you go to, this is not going to show. So first what you need to do is you need to put the main information. So let's say what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy paste this. So the Elegant Man mirror. As you can see, always putting the brand name in the beginning, the Elegant Man. So product ID, it doesn't matter what it is. Well, actually this needs to be, so this is where you put your UPC code. Type, and then you're going to select UPC, brand name, the Elegant Man. Color, well, I don't know, black, I guess. Color map, what is that? Department, men, size, interesting. See, like this was in here like literally 2 weeks ago. 1, medium, I guess, I don't know. Other material type, metal. Okay. Material is adult product. Nope. Use field to specify if product is an adult product. This value is used to exclude inappropriate. Interesting. What? Default is false. Can't even spell. Okay. And then we just need to put the code. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't mean. Okay, there we go. I don't know if it'll let us actually offer $50. And then we can add everything else. Nope, it won't let us. Okay, so it's not going to let us. So now what we need to do is we need to get the actual UPC code, which is where we're going to get from here. So I'm going to bypass this page, and I'm going to go inside of my listing just so that I can show you guys how it's actually done, right? All right, so this is inside of the actual listing itself, right? As I told you guys, it's this. So you're going to go to where it says description. So there are a couple of things that you need to look for, right? Number 1, the product features. So this is this section right over here. This is very important. A couple of things that I personally do is, number 1, I'm going to put, the first one is I'm going to put what exactly it comes with. You need to make sure that the first, I think it's 200 or 250 characters are indexed for, meaning that they're very keyword heavy. So you want to make sure that a lot of your top keywords, you want to put them here. And that's why I like to put my the contents of the actual bundle, simply because I want to put everything that I want to index for and that I want to actually show up for. Same thing with the title. Very important. Title is the main thing when it comes to ranking, okay? And then the other thing is features, right? What's another feature, right? And then it's so command attention wherever you go. Perfect groomed beard will make you stand out in the crowd. Typically what I like to do is I like to take top 10 listings and then simply, not steal, I guess borrow, right? Ideas from them and then put them in a spreadsheet, and then from there simply what I like to do is I like to put my own touch to it, but I like to gain ideas from other top competitors. So simply what you do is you just go to Amazon. So let's say if your product is the blanket, what did we say was baby milestone, okay, milestone blanket. So simply what you do is you take the top, let's say 5 competitors. So you got 1, 2, Amazon's choice, 3, 4, 5, right? And then simply copy their features, put them in one file, and then just kind of, start picking and choosing, and then change it, because you don't want to get hit with a, someone telling you that you're infringing on their content, right? And then you simply put them here. Now the other thing is the description. See, the description, when you put it, it's going to show like a big block like this. But what you do is you use HTML code to actually to help you make it look like this. Where is it? To make it look like this, right? Oh, it's not right. Okay. So it can look like this, where it could it has bold, and then you have spaces, proper spacing. That's very important. Now the different HTML codes that you need to use, I'm going to actually put in the description below. So that way you know what HTML codes are and what is what, right? So I'm gonna put all those in the description below, and then I'll explain to you exactly what they are and how they work. The other very important thing is keywords. Very important when it comes to keywords. When it comes to indexing your product, number 1, it's the title. Number 2, it's the backend keywords, which is these right here, the search term. And then number 3, it's the actual product features, and then it comes to description, right? So the keywords, the ones in the search terms, very, very, very important, right? So a couple of things you need to know. I personally don't really put anything in the other, places. I only like to put in the search terms, okay? Now, one thing you do need to know about search terms is that this is not phrases. This is kind of like words. So as you can see, men grooming kit, beard oil, balm, brush, scissors, comb, growth, unscented, tool, care, wax, trainer, mustache, groomer, hot Viking. So Viking is one of my top competitors. Electric, heated, hair pressing, flat iron, just like that, right? So let's say if I was, searching for grooming kit for beard, I'm going to show, because I have those, right? So you don't have to actually put full phrases, okay? Now, another thing you need to know is that you can only have 250 characters. Well, you may know, how exactly do I know how many characters I have? Okay, well, I've got a tool here for you, which I'm going to be putting I'm going to be putting the link to in the description as well, and that's going to tell you, look right here where it says without spaces. And I can actually add more. And I haven't even realized that. I can even add more, so that way I can index for more keywords. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now, okay? Another thing is make sure that there are no duplicates. So you don't have to have grooming or kit or beard or whatever many times. And then there's another tool that is called remover, remover duplicate word. So what you do is you actually put so let's say my grooming kit. So if I have grooming twice here, you see how it took it out? Anything that's duplicate, it takes it out. And I'm going to add a link to this tool as well in the description below, so that way you can have it. All those are great tools for you to have as you are growing your Amazon business, because at different points, at different times, you are going to use all those tools at some point, okay? Now, when it comes to images, your main image, you want it to be as clear as possible, and then you also want it to take as much of the white as possible. As you can see here, we have it taken a lot of the white, right? Now, once again, this is not my favorite picture. We do have a couple pictures we're actually waiting on Amazon to see how they look. I want it to be more straight. You don't want it to be at an angle. You want it to be more straight. See, if you go to, here and then put strainer, beard, strainer, Do you see how a lot of them are just like straight, and then there's actually the other product that we're combining. And I'll tell you guys here in a moment what exactly we did. So beard kit. And then I'll tell you guys exactly why I added these two products, because if you look at the numbers, they just don't make any sense because it's very competitive. The monthly search volume for the words, it's very high. So as you can see here, how it's like straight, and then where ours is like this. Now, how exactly did I come up across these pictures? Number one, you have a couple different options when it comes to photos. Photos are very important. They're literally the main thing when it comes to selling your product. Number one, our supplier actually took really nice pictures. So all those pictures actually came from the supplier, not these, but the actual picture of the product, right? So our supplier took pictures, and then what we did is we hired someone on Fiverr to add all this infographic stuff to it, right? And simply they got inspiration from other listings within the marketplace, and then they simply edited our own products. Like, this is not ours, I don't know this guy. He took it and he edited our own products to it, right? Same thing here. Like, this is all Photoshop, right? And that's exactly what you want to do. You can also hire someone from Fiverr to take your product, ship it to them. They take photographs. It's very simple, very easy, okay? Another thing is you can have a local photographer do it for you. Or some of my students actually, they do photography and they do a really, really, really nice job. But when it comes to photographs, it is very important to have great photos to sell your product, because that's one of the main things that it comes, when it comes to selling your product. So now we learned how to locate a product, how to source it, how to actually create a listing. Now the time comes to creating a shipping plan, and that's important because you need to tell Amazon, hey, I am going to be shipping out this many units to your warehouses. I need you to give me the details of the exact warehouse where I need to ship my product to. And in order for you to do that, you need to get some information from your supplier first, and then you can go about creating a shipping plan. So let's go right into it right now. And then what you want to do is, as I mentioned, is that you're going to need some information from your supplier, right? And I'll tell you here in a moment why. Now, there are two different options. There's individual products and there's case pack. Case pack is usually if you're like, let's say, selling 10-inch plates, you're selling 12 of them in a pack, right? That's when you click this, where you choose case pack. But because we are selling, it's one individual product, so we're going to choose that. Continue shipping, and then if it's your first time, the address is not going to be there, so you just have to create the address and put it there. And then you're going to put how many units you're shipping. So I'm shipping 200 units. We're going to click OK. And then this is who's going to prepare. So you're just going to do merchant. And then, okay, so this is all good to go. And then continue. Okay, continue. Just gonna wait for it for a second. Okay, so now we gave you the address. So when you go here, it's gonna give you the address to this to the to the actual place. So you can actually take the address now and give it to your supplier, right? Now you approve and you continue. And then what you want to do now is you want to go ahead and actually insert the information of the actual shipment and then give it to, give Amazon everything else. So now what you can do is you can actually view shipment, well, no, not view shipment content, but let's see, where do we go to? Okay, so work on shipment. And then now you're going to actually start creating the actual shipping plan, right? So that was the address where it's going to go to. My product is always, small parcel delivery, unless if you are shipping, let's say, big products, then that's when you select, other options. And then what you're going to do is you're going to select other carrier. And then, so once you choose everything in one box right here, multiple boxes, because everything is not going in one box, unless if you're only ordering, let's say 50 or whatever, then everything goes in one box. Otherwise, usually it's multiple boxes. You want to use just web form, and then this is where you actually put in the information. So one thing you got to understand, a lot of times these suppliers are going to give you these numbers in kilograms and inches, or kilograms and centimeters, so you just have to convert them to inches, okay? And to pounds. So here what it's going to tell you is how many units per box. So let's say you're ordering 200 units, and let's say every box carries 60 units. So you're going to have 3 boxes that carry 60 units, and then the 4th box is going to carry 20 units, right? So this is going to say units per box. So 60 units per box. How many boxes? 3, right? So now what you want to do is you want to add the second box content or second box size or whatever, because you've got 3 of them that are going to carry 60, but then you have 1 of them that's going to carry 20, right? So now a total of 200, correct? And then box weight, it's going to probably come in kilograms. You need to change it to pounds. One thing you got to understand, Amazon will not accept your product if 1 box is more than 50 pounds. So whatever you do, make sure that 1 box does not exceed 50 pounds, okay? So let's say it's whatever, it's 27 pounds, or no, 37 pounds, and then this one is 19 pounds, okay? Should be less than that, but whatever. And then the dimensions, let's say it's 15 by 15 by 20, and this one is going to say 10 by 10 by 15. Okay, cool. So now it's done. Confirm. And then now everything is confirmed, right? So now what you want to do is you want to print the actual labels for the the actual labels for the actual for the box itself. So these labels, those are gonna go on the actual carton. So you've got 4 labels. So 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, 4 1 for each label. So now what you're gonna do is just click on complete shipment, and then now the shipment is done. Now, once you give the supplier their information, once they have shipped out of their warehouse, they're gonna give you tracking number, and then simply just put the tracking number here, or you can track it just on Google if it's UPS or if it's FedEx or DHL or whatever that is. That's how you go about it that way. So now we have found a product, we have found a supplier, we have analyzed the product, found a supplier, created a listing, created the shipping plan, and now this product is being shipped to Amazon. If you're like, well, okay, what are the next steps? What do I do? Fall back to this sheet right here where I explain to you what are the next steps. So right now, creating a shipping plan, now it's finalizing shipment. Product photos, we already talked about that. Inspection, if you want to inspect your product, that's the time where you want to do it. Shipping, supplies, that's where it actually ships. And then crafting the perfect listing. I gave you a link in the description for my own listing, so that way you guys can go and check it out, and then simply just see how I did it, and I explained to you how to do it earlier. And then also another thing is that in the description there is the HTML code for you guys to know exactly how to make your description look pretty like this, right? So the next thing is really setting up the launch and getting your product launched. So now a couple of things for you to know is that when it comes to launching a product, the first week or 2 that the product becomes live, which is your listing actually becoming active in Amazon, which is right here, it'll say active, and then units will start actually showing up. Amazon gives you a 1 to 2 week period. That's what they call a honeymoon period. In that period, what happens is Amazon ranks you higher than usual. Meaning, if it usually takes you, let's say, 30 sales to jump 3 pages, now it's going to take 10 sales or even 5 sales to jump those 3 pages, right? Their reasoning, their mindset behind all this is simply because they want products that people buy, that consumers like, because that's how Amazon has become Amazon, So what they like to do is, it's a brand new product. They want to give it a shot to put it in front of the masses. And if the masses say, yup, we like it, and they start buying it, awesome, then it gains all the organic ranking. If it doesn't, then it's just going to start dropping. So it's very important that you understand that. So the first things first, when your product is being shipped over to Amazon, what you want to do is you want to line up between 2 to 5 people that are going to buy your product once it hits Amazon, once it becomes available, and then review your product. It's very important that you have 2 to 5 reviews before you launch your products. Why is that important? It is important simply because what you need to do is you need to actually have your, it's like credibility. It's like, I know that me and my wife, whenever we go to a brand new restaurant that we've never been to, the first thing she does, she hops on Yelp, and then she checks the different, reviews that this restaurant has, because we don't want to be the first people to review this place. We want to kind of base our experience off of other people and their experiences. So that's why having at least 2 to 5 reviews is very important when it comes to launching a product. Now, a couple of things you need to know when it comes to launching products. Number one, as I said, very important, reviews. Number two, you need to enroll your product in what is called the ERP, Early Reviewer Program. Very simple, very easy, because it's really important to get your first, early on reviews. Now, the other thing is PPC. Now, I don't want to go too much deep, very deep into PPC in this video, simply because I can sit and explain PPC for an hour, and it really needs at least an hour. And I know this video is, getting close to an hour. But in future videos, I am going to be talking about PPC. So if you're still watching this video and you've been here for 30, 45 minutes, I'm assuming you probably love this content, and I hope you do, right? So consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and then also share with your friends. But I will be, creating new videos about PPC. But just a kind of a 3,000-foot overview. The way I do PPC is as follows. I like to create one auto campaign. All of my campaigns, I like to start them at $10 per campaign. I create one auto, which will generate me, information, data that I can then put in my manual campaigns. Then I will create 3 manual campaigns. First one is broad, second one is phrase, third one is exact. All 3 of them use the same keywords. These keywords I utilize, I bring them from either creating reverse ASIN, from the keyword tool, when you put milestone blanket, all these other keywords. It doesn't have to, the keywords that you're going to be bidding for your campaigns, they don't need to have 5,000, 20,000 monthly searches. Only your main keyword does. So I like to generate between 15 to 25, maybe even 30 is a little bit pushing it. I like to stay between 15 to 25 keywords, and I like to put them all in 3 different campaigns. One exact match, one phrase match, one broad match. If you don't know what that means, follow me in future videos. I'll be explaining, in detail what all these mean. When it comes to broad match, I like to bid the lowest. Meaning, if Amazon suggests 50 cents to $1, I will stay at 50 cents. Phrase match, I will bid in the middle. So if it's 50 cents to $1, I'll bid at 75. Exact match, I'll bid towards the highest, not the highest. So if it's 50 cents to $1, I'll go 85, 90 cents, right? That's what I like to do with PPC. However, I will not start these campaigns unless I have at least 2 to 5 reviews first. That's very important. You need to do that first, right? The other thing is you also need to do giveaways. Many people say giveaways are not good or whatever it is. You still need to do giveaways. We still launch products with giveaways. It's very vital, but I like to do it all together. So what I like to do is once the product comes live, I'll have 3 to 5 people buy my product. I'll wait until they leave. At least I get 2, 3 reviews. Like usually it's 3 reviews. Then I'll launch. Then I'll have my auto and then at least 2 manuals, right? And then typically it's the 2 manuals are broad and phrase. And then once I generate some data from my auto, my broad and my phrase, then I'll take those and put them in an exact match. Then also your auto should be generating some ASINs that you can do product targeting with, which is by ASINs. Something that Amazon just rolled out, recently, several months recently. You didn't used to, you weren't able to do it before. Now you could do it. That's another type of campaign you could do. And we actually do very well with that. It's probably one of our lowest ACoS when it comes to that. But in future videos, I'll go, very deep into PPC, and I'll explain to you guys how that works. So giveaways, very important. The way I like to do giveaways, at least 5 to 7 days between 2 to 4 units per day. You need to show Amazon that you're consistently generating sales in order for them to scale you. You don't want to give out 20 units in one day and say done. Let's say you're going to decide that you're going to give out 20, 30 units. You need to do it over a course of at least 5 to 7 days minimum. I would say 7 to 10 days really, okay? Because you need to show Amazon that you're doing it consistently. Another thing is coupons. Coupons, once again, very simple. You go to advertising, go to coupons. Very simple to create a coupon. I have, a coupon for this current product. This always takes a while. I don't know why. This page for coupons will always take forever to load. But that's another thing. And then you would do 5, 10% coupon. Don't do 20, 30%. That's crazy. Just do 5, 10%. So launch strategy. At least 2 to 5 reviews. I would say 3 to 5. Enroll in ERP. You need to enroll in ERP before you have 5 reviews. Otherwise, they won't accept you. Launch PPC once you have your 3 to 5 reviews. First auto, then maybe do the phrase and the broad, and then launch the exact and the product targeting later. All at $10, and then as they are profitable, then you tweak optimization, very important. Once again, I'll go into it in future videos. And then you need to do coupons about 5 to 10%. Whew! Well, that wasn't a lot of information, don't you think? Look, I really hope that you took a lot of notes because now you're equipped with a step-by-step process on really how to sell on Amazon. And not just that, but you should also have a guide and a checklist next to you. Totally forgot about that. Check out the first link in the description below where you're gonna get my guide and my checklist that you can save to your computer or print and literally have next to you that you can check all the boxes as you go through this process. So once again, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, give this video a thumbs up and also click the bell. That way, every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, whenever I post these new videos, you can get notified. Now in the comment section, share with us some of the struggles you are currently facing when selling on Amazon or even some of your successes. I and everyone else out here would actually love to hear from you. Now look, if you're wondering, well, you know what, Bashar, this actually all sounds great and all, but I would rather have you maybe walk me through this process step by step and really kind of hold my hand and just really show me how everything is done. And if that's the case, then I could do that for you. You see, I understand that sometimes this stuff gets a little complicated, which is why I am making available 3 spots on my team where you can actually work with me personally and have me walk you through and literally handhold you through the entire process step by step by step. Now, in order for you to get involved, there is some type of an application process. Locate the link in the description below. That's gonna take you to a small questionnaire, fill it out, and then me and you will jump on a call to figure out if I can help you and if you're a good fit for what I do, and then I'll share with you exactly how I can take you there. So once again, if you found this video helpful, click the bell and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting a brand new video next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, have yourself a great week, and I'll see you then.